1. Negative self-talk. The first thing you must remove is negative self-talk. The way you speak to yourself shapes how you feel and how you act. Studies in psychology show that constant self-criticism increases stress, anxiety, and low confidence. When you repeatedly tell yourself, "I am not good enough," your brain starts to accept it as truth. Over time, this affects your decisions and your motivation. This does not mean you should lie to yourself. Instead, replace harsh words with neutral and realistic language. For example, instead of saying, "I always fail," say, "I made a mistake, but I can learn from it." Removing negative self-talk improves emotional health and helps you think more clearly. 2. Toxic relationships. Toxic people often drain your energy, disrespect your boundaries, or make you feel small. Research shows that unhealthy relationships increase stress hormones and can affect both mental and physical health. A healthy relationship should feel safe, respectful, and supportive, even during conflict. If someone constantly brings drama, manipulation, or emotional harm into your life, that is not normal or healthy. You do not have to argue or explain yourself endlessly. Sometimes, distance is the healthiest choice. Removing toxic relationships creates space for peace and emotional stability. 3. Overconsumption of social media. The third thing to remove is excessive social media use. Studies show that too much social media can increase anxiety, reduce attention span, and lower self-esteem. This happens because people constantly compare their real lives to other people's edited highlights. Social media also trains the brain to crave constant stimulation, which makes it harder to focus on important tasks. This does not mean you must quit completely. However, setting limits is essential. When you reduce unnecessary scrolling, your mind becomes calmer and your time becomes more valuable. 4. Clutter in your environment. Research in environmental psychology shows that cluttered spaces increase stress and mental fatigue. When your surroundings are chaotic, your brain has to work harder to process information. A clean and organized space helps improve focus and emotional balance. This is especially important in areas where you sleep or work. You do not need to be perfect. Simply removing unused and unnecessary items can make a big difference. Less clutter creates more mental clarity. 5. People-pleasing habits. People-pleasing happens when you constantly put other people's needs above your own to avoid conflict or rejection. Over time, this leads to exhaustion, resentment, and loss of self-respect. Psychologists agree that healthy relationships require boundaries. Saying no does not make you selfish, it makes you honest. When you stop people-pleasing, you protect your time, energy, and emotional health. 6. Unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations often lead to disappointment and frustration. This includes expecting perfection from yourself or expecting others to always behave the way you want. Life is unpredictable, and humans are imperfect. Accepting this reduces stress and emotional pain. Research shows that flexible thinking improves resilience and mental well-being. When you adjust your expectations to reality, life feels lighter and more manageable. 7. Procrastination habits. Procrastination increases stress because tasks remain unfinished in your mind. Studies show that procrastination is linked to higher anxiety and lower life satisfaction. Most people procrastinate not because they are lazy, but because they feel overwhelmed. Breaking tasks into smaller steps reduces fear and increases motivation. When you remove procrastination, you gain confidence and a sense of control over your life. 8. Lack of sleep discipline. Sleep is essential for memory, mood regulation, and physical health. Scientific research clearly shows that lack of sleep affects concentration, emotions, and decision-making. Using phones late at night, inconsistent sleep times, and ignoring rest all harm the brain. Improving sleep quality improves nearly every area of life. Removing bad sleep habits is one of the fastest ways to feel better. 9. Holding on to past mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. However, constantly replaying them does not fix anything. Psychology research shows that rumination increases depression and anxiety. Learning from mistakes is healthy, but punishing yourself repeatedly is not. The past cannot be changed, but behavior can be improved. Letting go of the past allows you to focus on growth and progress. 10. Daily complaining. Complaining trains the brain to focus on problems instead of solutions. Studies show that frequent complaining increases stress and lowers mood. This does not mean you should ignore real problems. It means you should focus more on actions than repeated negativity. Reducing complaining improves mindset and emotional strength. Always remember this: a better life does not come from doing more. It comes from removing what silently harms you. When you remove negative self-talk, toxic relationships, clutter, and unhealthy habits, your life naturally improves. You gain clarity, peace, and control. Start with one thing today. Small changes, done consistently, lead to powerful results. If this video helped you, take a moment to reflect on what you need to remove first. That decision alone can change your future.